Hi guys, my name is Arian and today I'm going to show you how you can turn this into this. So first thing first, what we're gonna need here is duplicate the background and rename it clean. After we rename that, we have to work with healing brush. We have to remove blemishes, things and stuff in the picture, so we don't have to do that in frequency separation panel layer. So I'm about to speed up this whole process. It's all cleaning, so you don't have to lose anything on that. After we have done with cleaning, we have to work on frequency separation, so I'm going to Retouch panel, click the frequency separation. After I click that, I work in low layer. In low layer, I usually work with mixer brush or brush, sometimes even with healing brush. So I will click black and white help layer, so it helps me seeing the details. So I will start working in low. I usually make a copy of low because if I do something wrong, so I have an original layer under the layer copy. So I'm working with mixer brush now. I'm mixing the colors. Sorry for the noise in the background if you can hear that. People are working. I'm working with a brush now, as you can see. Now with mixer brush, I'm mixing colors. As I told you, mixer brush mixes the colors between them. It depends how is the opacity of the mixer brush. So I'm mixing some highlights, some dark skin areas and some shadows. This whole process is done by mixer brush and brush. I usually use two of them. I mix colors between them. So this whole process is frequency separation. Working with mixer brush. So I'm not gonna waste your time, so I'm gonna speed this up. As you can see guys, before and after what you have done here. So next thing what I'm going to do is go to window, arrange, and create a new window for this picture. I go again to arrange and set to 2 windows. Reason why I do this is because when I zoom in and zoom out to see the results, it's much better to check on the left image, so you don't have to zoom in and zoom out every time you want to see the details or results what you have done here. So next thing what I'm going to do is start working with dodge and burn. As you can see, I just clicked dodge and burn in Retouch Pro panel, and I'm going to start working on the dodge, or just to dodge some dark areas. So all I do here is dodging the dark areas, mixing them together, just making the picture look good. So all I do here is just dodging, so I'm just gonna speed up this process so you don't have to watch it till the end. As you can see before and after what we've done here with dodge, you can check it on the left window, because I always check my left window because it's more good to check the results or to check the process that I'm doing, so I don't have to zoom out every time I want to see the results. So now I'm just working with mixer brush and low copy, as you can see guys, because there are some changes I need to do. Next thing what I'm doing here is cloning the texture, working with clone and healing brush. It's okay, but because there are some things we need to do in texture. Always you have to work in colors and texture. So all I'm doing here is with healing brush and cloning tool. There's no other tool I use for texture because it makes texture to look like blurry, something like that. So I usually prefer to you guys to use clone tool because it's more good. I use a cleaning tool sometime, but it's not as far good as cloning tool. So I prefer you guys to use clone tool. That's more good. It will let the skin look like natural, not creating some blurry areas or something like that. So I'm going to speed up this whole process of texture cleaning because it's not something that you have to watch it step by step. I don't know, so I'm just gonna speed up. As you can see before and after what you have done in frequency separation here. It's a really nice result. Next thing what we're gonna do here is start working with ice. So I'm just gonna merge the frequency separation and create a new layer of it, so I don't have to touch the frequency separation folder. As you can see before and after what you've done here. Next thing what I'm going to do is go to Retouch Pro and start working with ice. So I'm just gonna click the whole tools of ice. Also, I'm just gonna click tools for lips and teeth. So I'm just gonna click lips touching bar, lips glow, and add some lipstick to that. And next thing what I'm going to do is just make them a group, rename it lips, and I'm going to start working on eyes. So first thing what we're going to do is here, working on whites of the eye. We are just gonna make them brighter. Working on veins too, because we have to remove some of the veins here and make them a little bit blurry, and remove the red color from the white eyes. We have to do that in both eyes because you don't want to look So I'm just working on whites, removing the veins. So what we're gonna do here is making brighter the other eye. I just removed that other window because it's distracting now. We don't need that anymore. Next thing here is working on iris. As you can see, we are just brightening the iris. We have to brighten up the other eye, of course. Always when we work on eyes, we have to work the same thing in both of them, so they don't look ridiculous. As you can see before and after, we have to work on black pupil, of course, because we want to make it a little bit darker, so you don't have to see yourself or maybe the photographer in the black pupil. As you can see, I'm just working on the contours a little bit. It's okay to work it. Next thing here is removing that photographer from the black pupil. I'm just gonna brush with a black brush up here. So, of course, as I told you, you have to work in both of eyes. You have to make it a bit black. I think whites are a bit too much, so I'm just gonna lower the opacity to 40. Of course, with the veins, I think it's too much. So I'm just gonna work with eye details. Eye details includes the sharpness, so you're just making sharper, so they will look a bit better. You don't have to do that, but if you like to have sharpened eyes, you can do that, of course. I think the veins are a bit too much, so I'm just gonna lower the opacity to 70. Yes, they look good. as you can see. Next thing what I'm going to do here is working on lips. So first thing first, on lips we have to dodge and burn them. It's not necessary to dodge and burn, but if you think the lips are a bit like somewhere blacker, somewhere darker, somewhere brighter, you can always dodge and burn. So here I'm just burning a bit, making lips look like 3D. That's what dodging and burn does. So I'm just gonna dodge here, make lips a little bit better. As you can see, I'm just dodging some mid-tones of the lips, or maybe a bit darker. As you can see before and after, I'm just lowering the opacity of the lips, of the dodge and burn, sorry, so they don't have to look too much. As you can see, I'm just dodging a little bit. You don't have to dodge too much because it's not a good thing. You have to do it like slowly and smoothly. So I'm having some issues with black and white brush, as you can see, guys. I'm just struggling. You always have to check the white and black box in your left. It's for the brush, of course. Here I'm adding some glow, so I'm just painting over with a white brush. So I'll make lips look a bit glowing. What I'm doing here is just painting over the lips. I'm creating so as you can see, guys, I'm just painting over the lips. I'm creating the mask. I'm painting on the mask with a brush, so it will make on that. As you can see, lip glow before and after. So I'm just adding some lipstick. I'm just copying the shape of the mask, which we have painted over. So I'm painting a little more, so we don't have to lose anything when we add the lipstick. Next thing, we are just gonna try the lipsticks and see them how they look. We have a leash here, so we have to paint a little more. We have done a bit in the mouth, so we have to remove that part. So it will not affect the teeth inside. As you can see, the lipsticks are different. There are a bunch of lipsticks, and you can check which one is good for you, because always because of the choice of yourself. As you can see, there are too many lipsticks.
I think this one is better for me, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna lower the opacity so I don't have to look too much. As you can see, it's really nice lipstick. So I'm just lowering the opacity so I don't have to look too much. As you can see, before and after of the lips, it's a really good thing what you've done here. The entire picture before and after. Next thing what I'm doing here is just renaming the whole group of Retouch, and I'm just duplicating him, merging him into one layer, as you can see before and after. So next thing what I'm going to do here is to color grade this picture. So I'm going to filter, adding some warming filter, changing the blend mode to color. I think it's a bit too much, so I'm just gonna lower the opacity to 25. Another thing what I'm doing here is just playing with the yellow and the red. As you can see, I'm just trying to get the best color I want into yellows. Same thing goes for the red. I just play with them so I will find the best color of this skin. As you can see, I'm just moving them minus, plus, plus, minus. Next thing is black and white, so I'm just changing the blending mode to luminosity, so I don't have to let it in normal because it will affect the entire picture. So I'm just playing with the reds and yellows a little bit. Of course, if it's too much I have to lower the opacity. So next thing what I'm doing here is adding the color lockup. I use them most of the time is this one. So I'm just changing blending mode to luminosity and opacity to 10. I think that's all. I'm duplicating that same color lockup, blending mode to lighten and higher the opacity. The next thing is just another copy of that, so I'm just letting the blending mode to normal and opacity to 10. I think it's good, but we have to change a bit lower so it will affect the entire picture. Next thing is go to selective color. I'm playing with blacks, as you can see guys, adding some blues and some greens, I think. So I'm going to my actions, as you can see, and adding some face contouring. This will create an effect, grouping the whole color I made, rename it to color grade, as you can see before and after. And for the contour, I think it's a bit too much. I'm just gonna lower the whites and midtones, play with the shadows. I think that's good. Putting the contour to color grade, so you guys will have, you don't have to see that every time I click contour color grade, so it's just one folder, as you can see before and after. And that's it. I hope you like it. I hope this video will be useful. So thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, anything you want, and see you next time. Bye.